Your father told us to beat you until we kill you. That's his orders, your father's orders.
These were the words Dubai Princess Latifa Al Maktoum's guards used to explain their brutality when they caught her after a failed getaway. She had escaped twice from her father, Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed. But both times the girl was caught and severely punished. A similar story happened to her sister Shamsa. Her father treated her even worse. Why do children run away from a monarch who has huge money and power? How did the strict father punish the rebellious daughters? How did their fates turn out? Watch the video to the end and you'll find out. Subscribe to the channel and give us your likes. Let's get started. Sheikh Mohammed of Dubai is one of the richest rulers in the world. His power in Dubai is almost limitless. For 15 years of his ruling, Dubai has turned into a brilliant metropolis with the highest standard of living. But as a husband and father, Sheikh Mohammed showed himself controversial. He had at least 9 wives and about 30 children. After divorcing another wife, she would be banished from the palace and the children would stay with their father. This is exactly what happened to an Algerian woman, Houria Ahmed Al-Maash. Their marriage lasted about 10 years. Houria gave birth to Mohammed 3 girls, Maitha, Shamsa and Latifa, and a boy, Majid. Then the spouses began to have disagreements, and finally the sheikh broke off the relationship. Houria's children were left to live in the palace with the children of Mohammed's other wives. Formally, they were brought up by the sheikh's sister, who couldn't give birth to her own children. But according to Latifa's memories, the aunt rarely visited her wards. Childhood without parental love and free-spirited temper determined the future fate of Latifa and Shamsa. The eldest daughter Shamsa was born in 1981. Despite the fact that her mother Houria was Mohammed's legal wife at the time, she wasn't allowed to raise her daughter. The sheikh's sister felt she would do it better. Houria had to ask permission to see her daughter, but didn't always get it. Gradually, Shamsa realized how abnormal this was. She had probably become completely disillusioned with her father when he broke up with Houria. Apparently, Shamsa had been planning her escape from the golden cage for quite some time. The final decision was made when her father forbade her to attend college. In the sheikh's opinion, education is useless for a woman. Shamsa had to find a convenient moment to escape. Events began to twist as in a real thriller. In the summer, Dubai gets extremely hot, and Sheikh Mohammed allows some wives and children to live for a while in cooler London. So it happened in 2000. Shamsa was 18 years old when she was transported to Mohammed's British estate, Long Cross. After waiting for some time, the girl escaped. She threw away her phone so that she couldn't be tracked down. The runaway princess hid at a friend's house in London. But 2 months later, gunmen hired by Mohammed tracked down the princess and captured her while she was walking. They forced the girl into a car and then took her by helicopter to France. They drugged Shamsa so she couldn't resist. Then they put her in a private jet and brought her to her father in Dubai. Mohammed's revenge for the daring escape was terrible. The girl fell under strong pressure, not only psychological but also physical. Mohammed's aides were tasked to beat out a tearful public apology from Shamsa. Their efforts were unsuccessful. The girl's spirit was so strong that she refused to humiliate herself and admit guilt. So Mohammed decided to get even tougher. Shamsa was heavily drugged with tranquilizers that suppressed her will. As a result, she became a zombie. She was locked in a closed room and no one was allowed near her. All requests from friends and relatives to see her were always met with the reply that Shamsa was surrounded by nurses and had to take medicines. You may ask, how do we know all these details? These and many other things were made public by Latifa, Shamsa's younger sister. She was so shocked by her father's treatment of the fugitive that a year after the scandal she decided to run away herself. Latifa was only 16 years old at the time and had little idea of how to properly escape from her all-powerful Sheikh father. She just got into a car and tried to drive to the neighboring state of Oman. Of course, she was caught at the border and returned to her father. On his orders, Latifa was placed in prison, where guards repeatedly and severely beat her. They were saying, "Your father commanded you to beaten until we kill you. This is your father's order." So Latifa describes a terrifying episode of her imprisonment. Despite her status as a princess, the girl was held in terrible conditions. Latifa had no change of clothes, was regularly beaten with a stick on her heels, and wasn't allowed to sleep. According to the girl, they didn't want anything from her, just punished her for running away. Such a life continued for more than 3 years. After her release, Latifa was so thin that she looked like a skeleton. In 2018, the control over the princess loosened a bit, and she tried to escape once again. She had been preparing for her escape for 7 years. First, Latifa, with the help of a friend, secretly traveled to the neighboring state of Oman. Then a boat took them to a yacht. That yacht was run by a former French intelligence agent, Hervé Joubert, who wanted to help the princess. When Latifa boarded, the yacht was flying the US flag and set course for Mumbai, India. They almost made it. Only 50 kilometers from the Indian coast, the yacht was caught up by military boats. Special forces boarded the yacht and the princess was captured. Soon after the capture of the runaway princess, a video of Latifa, which she recorded before her escape, surfaced on YouTube.
And if you are watching this video, it's not such a good thing. Either I'm dead or I'm in a very, very, very bad situation.
Latifa gave details about her hard life and her father's cruelty. She also begged the world community to save her sister Shamsa. After that, global human rights organizations demanded that the Sheikh tell where and in what condition the princess is. People organized a worldwide action with the hashtag #FreeLatifa. But there was only a comment from the royal family that Latifa has returned home and she's doing fine. It was later revealed that she was forced to undergo medical treatment after her return to her homeland. Allegedly, Latifa needs constant help from a psychologist, so the royal family doesn't want the princess to appear in public. For 3 years after the failed escape, there was no news about Latifa. In February 2021, another video from Latifa surfaced online that her father was holding her hostage in a villa with bars on the windows. The princess said that after being grabbed on a boat, she woke up already in Dubai and hasn't left the villa prison since. Her friends secretly handed her a phone and she was able to lock herself in the bathroom and record a video message. 2 months later, there is some good news about Latifa. Photos were published on Instagram of the princess's friend, and it gives hope to think that Latifa is really fine. The princess is traveling, posing in front of well-known places, and looks quite normal. Most likely, her videos helped create a social excitement, and the ruler of Dubai had to give the girl some kind of freedom. But the same cannot be said about her sister Shamsa. The girl's whereabouts are still unknown. Some people claim that she has been placed in a psychiatric hospital, or in the farthest room of a huge palace under the constant supervision of guards and medical staff. But there is another version that the Sheikh married her off, and she now lives the quiet life of a married woman, like many of the Sheikh's daughters and women of the Muslim world in general. This is what an oriental tale about the luxurious lives of princesses and sheikhs can be like. It's more like a thriller that will have a sequel. What do you think about this story? Share in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, put a like and see you soon.